I think the most significant opportunity that Africa faces is the fact that it is rapidly urbanizing. So we are projected to be over 2 billion people, actually 25 years max. And what that means is that we will have a lot more people moving into cities. So some of the largest cities in the world will be in Africa going forward. The next mega trend is the aspiration for a continental free trade area, which is going to be one of the largest free markets globally. And also that requires significant infrastructure. And there are several examples of how that is made possible, especially by us, our investments in our transformation vehicle called Arise Integrated Industrial Platform. So Africa has over 10,000 gigawatts of solar potential, some of the best solar potential. In fact, the International Energy Association says that 60% of the best solar sources globally resides in Africa, with less than 1% built. And that is represented in the 10,000 gigawatts of solar, the 110 gigawatts of wind, 340 gigawatts of hydro, 15 gigawatts of thermal, and then 15 gigawatts of geothermal. And then we've done a study at AFC called Africa's Infrastructure State of Play, where it revealed that most of the infrastructure in the continent is not connected. When I look at the projects that we're working on, so for example, the Lobito Rail Corridor, which is a greenfield rail line from Chingola in northwest Zambia to Luakano in Angola, it's 800 kilometers. And we need, of course, to build rail tracks. That's a significant amount of iron and steel that's required. So our view is that shouldn't be imported. We should look at how to use, iron and steel within the continent for the development of that corridor. The only way Africa gets out of this vicious, poverty trap, I would say, is to do more transformation on the continent. I've always believed that Africa is an investment proposition, not an aid or charity case. And what we should do is focus on impact and see how investments can deliver the same amount of impact on a more sustainable, pragmatic basis going forward. Africa is a growth frontier, not a risk frontier. And so there are several opportunities for growth, like I mentioned, driven by urbanization, energy transition, the African Continental Free Trade Area, and several of the projects that we're working on, where we will see a lot more transformation versus exploitation of Africa's resources, for use within the continent.